Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the paper Pilea, also known as the Chinese money plant, with cardstock paper. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. You could also find the supplies listed below the video along with a template to cut with your Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines, and a print version for those that don't have a cutting machine. You could also cut this by hand. I am making a smaller plant, so I had 10 leaves cut in a variety of sizes. I listed the biggest and smallest size on the template, but you could adjust it anytime in between, and even bigger if you are making a bigger plant. When adjusting the size, you will need to adjust the center and the leaf together, while the back piece is the same size for any of the pieces. And that back piece is just for the floral wire at the end. I added some gouache paint to some of the leaves to give it a variety of green shades to give it a more realistic look. So this is optional, but maybe on some of the leaves you could add some brown or darker green gouache paint on both the leaf and the center piece together. Then I used acrylic paint marker that is this lime green color and add that to the center. Take a couple minutes for everything to dry before going on, and then add white glue on the back side where the cut is on the leaf. And if you are painting, you only need to paint one side, and that side is the front. So when you are gluing, glue the back side. Then overlap the right over the top on the left side. Then while you hold it down, use this shaping tool to help curl the edges slightly. Then poke a hole on the back piece and grab a 24 gauge floral wire and add a loop and push down the loop to be perpendicular to the rest of the floral wire. And this part will anchor onto that back piece, and either use hot glue or white glue to sandwich this and attach it to the back side of the leaf where that tip of the cone from the overlapped pieces were. If you are using white glue, it did take a few seconds for it to fully dry and set. Then I add a small dot of white glue on the center in the middle, and you don't have to add white glue on all the space. For this, just attach it right where the point is, where the overlapped pieces were. And then we'll be using satin finished Mod Podge to seal the center and give it that shine. I used this sponge brush, but I do think a smaller brush would be better. Brush strokes that go from the center where the acrylic marker was and then go out towards the edge. Since when the Mod Podge dries, we have this texture that should go along the centerpiece. If you look up close to the Pilea, they do have some texture, and that is what we are trying to mimic here. The Mod Podge takes about 30 minutes to about an hour to fully dry, so don't worry if it has this white look. It will dry clear. Then I took an 18 gauge floral wire and floral taped that with a thinner floral wire from the leaf. Floral tape it a little below, then you could pull that thinner floral wire once that tape is secured to make that thicker floral wire go right against the leaf below. I made a total of 10 leaves for my plant, and you can make more or less and repeat these steps. I wanted to show you the one I painted on, and you can see that the color is slightly different, which will give it a nice gradient look to the overall plant when they are slightly different in shade. I also made one leaf from the bunch pop out so the cone is on the top side and not on the back side. I saw that this plant has both leaves that pop in and pop out, so you can mix and match. Once you have all the leaves ready, I didn't fully wait for the leaves to dry when I put this together, so you can see that the white from the Mod Podge is still there, but it will dry by the time I put everything together. I added a thicker floral wire for the overall stem. It does look like a branch, so I used brown floral tape, and then I started from the smallest to biggest leaf and start adding the leaves, then floral tape a little below, then add another one, and so on. These plants can be tall or short and don't have much pattern, so you could loosely build this plant and adjust the leaves at the end to make them fill in the spaces and into the pot. I also have a handful of different paper plants that you could make if you have the same problem as me, not able to keep these real plants alive. These are perfect to make for your home and to gift. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.